Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I would like to talk about something that's central to the life of every Muslim. That is sadaqah, or what some people would like to call generosity. The topic for today is the art of generosity. In so many instances, Muslims give. They give money, they give material things. In Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah guides us on how to give, how to be generous. Generosity is not something that you just get up and you start to do if it's to have real meaning for a Muslim. The first thing is that we should give seeking the face of Allah. Give seeking no reward, seeking no praise. In other words, get your intention right. Make sure that you give in the right manner. Because Allah says when you give to be seen of men, that you are like a hard barren rock. When heavy rain falls upon it, it strips the rock bare. When you give without your intention in the right place, when you give hoping that people will know that you've given, they will notice your generosity, then your heart has not been touched by your generosity. It's hard. And your generosity itself becomes a means by which something is taken away from you. However, when you give to please Allah and to strengthen your soul, Allah says that you are like a high fertile garden. If heavy rain falls upon it, it's fine. Even if some of the moisture runs off, there's still enough to make the plants grow. And if the moisture is light, if the rain is light, it is still good. Therefore, that's the first thing we need to remember in being generous, in doing sadaqah, that we should do it for the right reason. Secondly, if you give, do not remind people that you have given such and such. Do not keep talking and drawing attention to your generosity. When you do that, Allah says you cancel your generosity by reminders. For the person who is at the receiving end of your giving, your sadaqah, the recipient of your act of generosity, reminding them of it could hurt their feelings. And this cancels that act itself. The second thing, okay, not the second, the third. I'll take that again. The third thing we have to be mindful of when we are being generous is that what we are given should not be the worst of what we have. Allah says in Surah Al-Baqarah, give of the things you have honorably earned. So there are two things there. First, it should be something you have earned. Not something that you stole, not something you cheated someone to get. Then it should be something that is good. We should not aim to get anything bad and give out of it. Allah says there are some things you might give that even you would not accept, except if your eyes are closed when you are receiving them. Therefore, do not give this to people and expect them to be thankful or to be appreciative of it. Fourthly, if you disclose acts of charity, it is well, but if you conceal it, that's better. This disclosure is different from reminding people of your generosity or drawing attention to it. There are times you may want to give charity, and you would give it in a setting where there are others who witness your giving charity. If your intention is still to do it fi sabilillah, there is no problem. But Allah says when you make the effort to conceal it, then it is better, such as giving an anonymous donation, or letting your giving, your act of charity be between you and the person receiving it. Allah says this is better for you. The fifth thing we should remember when we are giving is that make sure whatever you are giving reaches the person who needs it the most. Sometimes you have something you want to give away, money, clothes, food, and you pass it to someone like an intermediary to give it to those who need it. It's part of your task, your duty in this act of sadaqah to make sure it gets to the person who needs it. That is when it actually starts to fulfill the purpose of giving altogether. In everything we do, let's always look to Allah for a reward. Let's not forget these key things that Allah mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah from verse 262 to 272. These will guide us and ensure that when we give acts of charity, these acts of charity will be acceptable to Allah. May Allah guide us and accept all acts of charity from us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.